Alright, today I'm going to show you how to do wedding makeup. So it's step by step how to do that. So it's very easy. And also you can use this every day if you like. Alright, first you do foundation primer. There you go. Side. Forehead. And the nose. And if you have like dry skin and stuff like that, you need to put moisturizer and sit there for 5 minutes. Okay, so usually I put all the skincare treatment and primer, and please do not use any oil base because the makeup will not stay long. If you have oily skin, you go ahead and spray No More Shine on the face. Okay, then after you do No More Shine, or for dry skin for 10 years younger, you can spray that first, so that way it controls the skin. Okay, then the next step you're going to do is your eye. Okay, when you do eye, you're going to have the eye base. Okay, so you have eye base. Okay, you take eye base, you put it on the skin just like that. Anything with eye base, like usually cream shadow or cream eye base, cream textures on the eye. So that way it gives you a base so your eyeshadow stay longer. You will protect the eyeshadow. Look up for me, then I put another little bit underneath. Perfect. Thank you. Alright, that's the step. And then now when I do wedding, what I'm going to do is wedding, you want it to be very bright. And again, this is deluxe wedding, so you charge them about 150 to up, for a makeup. So this is not basic wedding. So you take a white pencil, you're going to draw the edge of the eye just like this. And you want that makeup stay, and also the eye will be bright. Just like that, internal eye. And matter of fact, I do this to every single weddings. I'm using white pencil and I draw like that because I want that eye will be very bright. Except, when I do wedding for India or somebody more like Southeast Asia, they like smoky eye and 3D eye, then I don't do this. But most Caucasian or Asian, I usually do this. So it makes the eyeshadow stay all day. So it's a white pencil. Alright, then I'm taking same brush, the concealer of the eye base. Concealer brush, the first one I'm doing eye base earlier. So use the same brush and just blending that white pencil into the eye. The same thing over here. That will help your bride makeup will stay all day, and it gives you beautiful structures of the eye. Awesome. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to take your eyeshadow palette. Okay, you take your eyeshadow palette. Okay, and I'm doing a very natural, beautiful base eye for wedding. So I'm going to take the base, put it right on the edge. So I'm usually use a brown tone, but the brown tone have a little bit red in it. Like I love like espresso, hazelnut, or vino. I like it, the color for wedding. So it's a very beautiful brown, not too white brown or yellow brown. It's more the red tone a little bit, so it warm it up. So it gives you a very beautiful look. So you just put that on the edge. And now you can do every single person who is getting married. Same, same technique. They don't know the difference. Only thing you need to do is just how to put the color, what they like, what the theme of their wedding. This is an easy technique to do. Okay, that's a big C. Then you do another side, same thing. You go straight. Just like that. It's a very cool way to do makeup. There you go. Just blend, 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 blend. Just a big C there. Or then my model wear blue, so just think about her wedding is blue. Okay, so I'm taking a very soft brush, and this is a very good trick to do. So you take that blue, because you don't want it strong. You can take that blue, very soft brush, okay, called blending brush, and you take the famous, the color of that dress or that color theme, you just brush on the dark and the light part. So it's like that, okay? And do the same thing here. If she's like gold color or pink color, whatever color it is, you do the same thing. But just remember, you start from the outside and you brush to the inside. And by the way, you can do dark or light with this technique. So it's a very beautiful way to do wedding makeup. Okay, the next step, very easy. Just take the flat brush, take the light color, usually vanilla or whipped cream. I usually mix it, the whipped cream, vanilla together or pearl. So I put right there where the white color is, the pencil. So I'm created a very bright lid. Gorgeous. Okay, see that? Okay, so you do the same thing. Just keep building up so it gives you that beautiful eye. Okay, do the same thing over here. So, right there. Just build it up and make this gorgeous eye. There you go. Okay, and then you take that light color and blend it into the top edge of eyebrow. Make sure the space, make sure it's a large space so it makes your eye bigger. Okay, if you keep it, the shadow too high, then it makes the eyebrows, your eye be smaller. So make sure you have a lot of space, a light skin, light color space. Okay, so when you do that, the next thing what you do, take back to that brow brush. It's called focus brush. You take the eye up, like what I showed you in the basic. You go into buff. Again, this is very advanced technique for wedding. So again, this you charge 150 up, whatever your service is. This is not basic wedding makeup, so don't cheat yourself. So you always have to do a very good marketing for yourself. Because you know, when you take classes and stuff, make sure you have, you know, when you do weddings and stuff, you have to have license, certified, so that way you can give good service to your client. Makeup is creative. Just take time, and then what I do is just make sure I soften everything up. Make sure it's soft and look gorgeous on there. And then now the last thing, I need to have a small brush, very small. Take the light color, because wedding you want that eye to be pop and look up for me, because you want it, the eye to be very not tired, very light, very bright. You don't want a tired bride. So because she had a lot of things to worry about, so you need to make sure you put a lot of bright color right there on her focus. Okay, fun focus. So you put right there. Okay, very good. Okay, all right. The next one, you take white pencil again. Look, okay, you draw the white pencil inside the eye. So it make her eye pop and bright. Gorgeous. Okay, now my next step is foundation. So I did her eye already, so now I'm going to her foundation. Okay, so I am using a cream because for wedding, the best foundation to use is cream. Stay longer is more coverage, more coverage to the skin. Okay, I like to use a very good technique is you can do a foundation brush, or you can do a blending technique. Okay, so you can use your blending technique, or you can use foundation brush. It's up to you, but I like more airbrush. Okay, so I'm taking a tipping brush, and I have all the foundation in there. And remember, her face is already have what, foundation primer already, so and moisturizer, so it makes the face very moist, and I don't have to worry about drying. So you just buff 360 into the skin. Look at it. I like this when I use advanced technique because it's like airbrush. And by the way, I can use airbrush machine, and I charge her more money if I use the airbrush machine. And you can see, look how beautiful, natural. It doesn't look like she has to wear a ton of makeup for her special day. So you can see before, and you can see the after. Okay, so it looks like her skin, it doesn't have like too much product built up on her face. Okay, that's why I like to use the cream. It gives more coverage. I don't have to use a lot of concealer if I don't want to. Okay, like that. Just use your brush and just 360. Move it up. Okay, forehead. Make sure you tipped it in the hairline, but not brush on the hair. Just tip on the hairline. So make sure. So it looks funny if your hairline don't have no, you know, different color than your face. So just make sure. So it's just, you can see my model here. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous skin. Okay, just go like that. Okay. Now, remember, like that's why a lot of people say, how come everybody's have charging so different prices and stuff like that? This is why, because if your your customer want to have like more higher advance, or you know how much budget they have, so make sure you ask them what kind of budget they have, right? So so depend on what kind of budget they have, so work with your client. So if they have 250 to 450, then you do this, right? You have more contour. So this is called contour. So you have like this. So here's a C. So most of you who watching this video is my own student. You take my lesson before, so you understand how to blend and how to understand what color you pick. So how you're gonna draw. So I just do this video for my student. So a lot of time, if you don't take the class, you will not understand why I picked that color. Or so it's very important to understand your products, understand what color color well. So then take that. Okay. Then now what I do is I take the brush and I blend it, because the brushes already have a dark color. So I use the brush and I blend it first. Okay. Now I have another side is clean. So I go in and I'm gonna buff it. I'm gonna buff that skin. Remember, the clean side to buff. And if you have a beauty blender, then you can use that. Okay. Alright. So you go that way. You take this way. So just so many techniques, so many tools you can use. And just working, blending, make sure I have no line. Give me a kiss, baby. Thank you. So you work more contour to her. Don't afraid to ask your customer. The customer is your number one, helping you to see the shape because of her face. So don't asking them what is comfortable for you. Okay, so that's my dark one, my beauty blend. So then I'm gonna take the light color. That my color. Okay, so I'm taking my white. Okay, I'm taking my light color. Okay, here, take the light color. And by the way, when I'm doing this video, I have a whole bunch of students behind me, so they make fun of me here. So, okay, you're gonna take the light. You're gonna put like that, and you draw like a tree. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people say, how come some people charge less and some people charge more for the wedding? Because it depends what you want, depend on what you do. So you have to educate your client. So again, dark in, light out. So you have a light color, you go and do out. So you can take that brush, just go in like this. So it gives you very beautiful skin here. Okay. All right. Here's my blending, my beauty blender. So you just take that light, you blend. And you take the light, pushed out. Again, this is not just wedding, this special event. This can be a runway, this can be photo shoots, the same technique. It's just how you prep your skin. Okay, gorgeous. Okay, now you go into the nose. You're using the pointy side, and you just dab. Do not wipe it off because you want it to see the difference. See, a lot of people want to do a highlight, low light. Remember, this is very advanced technique. So when people do a highlight, low light, I notice they wipe everything. The product go to the sponge or the brush. You don't do that. You just, blending. Cool. And you can see the difference of the face. So I'm using the sponge to blend, not to take away from the product. I don't want to take nothing away. So here's my Kim Kardashian. So here you go. So you just tap. Small area, use a small area to tap them. Make sure you wet this, this blending sponge not too wet, but you have to get them, blow it up, and then you get all the water off. Because if it's too wet, then it's not blend well. So you make sure, and then you go from here. I did love this little thing. All right, so you do. So whatever area you need, you just add more or less. Okay. Then if I have an airbrush, I will spray airbrush right now. But if I don't, I just spray that 10 Year Younger from Motive. It's just spray and setting the face. Okay. Then I'm using the powder to set. So when I'm like that, you make sure you have to get it dry before you do the eye, the powder on top. Just make sure blending. Okay. All right, now it's powder. I'm taking, it's called Photo Finish from Motive. So I take Photo Finish and I just pat it on like that, using powder technique. Because a lot of time people do highlight, low light, and when they done, you don't see no highlight, low light. So you make sure you have that technique down and make sure you don't see no line. There you go. Just pat it. Remember her wedding. Okay. Then you can take this baby, and I'm using this a lot. And what you do, you just pat it in. Remember, my makeup, if the bride don't want to wash her face, it will stay like that until she wash it off. So I have some bride, believe it or not, they don't wash their face for 3 days. So because the makeup is so good, and they want to go honeymoon, so so they don't want to wash it off. Right? So just You have to love what you do. Put your heart in it. Put your love in it. This is my face. That's not her face. Okay? Then you spray again for setting. Right? So far right now it's 3 times spray already. Okay? So I'm going to do her blush. Okay? I got her contour. Now I'm going to do her blush. So I take a blush brush. Pick very soft color. Don't do so much blush. I hate when I see the bride have so much blush. It make her look older than